Hi. Hi, all. It's been a while since I posted a video, and there are a bunch of reasons why. I live in Seattle, and spring season just hit, which means the city comes alive. I've been out watching cherry blossoms, exploring tulip fields, and doing all the things that come with this season. And honestly, I've been playing a crazy amount of cricket. Cricket has always been a big part of me. But I had to step away for a while after an ACL injury I got while skiing. I ended up getting surgery, went through recovery, a whole journey in itself, maybe for another video. But here's the exciting part. I recently got back on the field, played my first real game after more than 2.5 years, and I scored the most runs in the match. That felt good, like a small win I really needed. Outside of cricket, I've also been hiking a lot of late, walking around Seattle, soaking in the beauty of the Pacific Northwest. I might even throw in a few video snippets if I can into this video, if time permits. So yeah, I've been active, healing, living a little offline. That's why I have not been posting much lately, but I'm aiming to be more consistent now. Hopefully at least 1 or 2 videos every month. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Let's get started with today's video. Life is unfair sometimes, or feels unfair sometimes. It's just not a phrase. It's a reality that hits everyone at some point. Some people are born into love, wealth, and privilege. Others born fighting. Some give everything, their heart, their time, their effort, and still end up with nothing. And that can break you unless you realize this. Your pain doesn't get to define you. Your response does. Because while you can't always choose what happens to you, you can always choose how you respond. Let's move on to the next section. Recently, a friend of mine went through a breakup. Watching them struggle, heal, and find their way again made me reflect on how love, like life, doesn't always go the way we hope, and how much strength it takes to keep responding with heart. You might have loved someone with everything you had, held space for them, chose them every single day. You could have imagined having a family and maybe 4 kids with them. They knew how deeply you loved them. They knew they meant the world to you. And one day, they walked away. Not their fault, not because you failed, not because you weren't enough, but because of something inside them, something they needed to explore, escape, or heal. Maybe they weren't ready. Maybe they had their own reasons. Maybe you'll never know why. Can they come back? Maybe, but that's not something you should focus on or worry about. The point is, don't sit around waiting for what's gone. Don't reduce your worth to someone else's decision. They did what they felt right for them at that point in their life. So instead, start building. Rebuild your sense of self, your passion, your life. Because pain may not be your fault, but healing is your responsibility. I repeat, pain may not be your fault, but healing is definitely your responsibility. Just reiterating the theme of today's video, which is you can't always choose what happens to you, but you can always choose how you can respond. The cheetah and the hyena. Now let's shift. I love watching animal behavior. Nature has a raw honesty we can learn from. A cheetah was hunting, silent, focused, elegant. It made the kill, but before it could even catch its breath, a group of hyenas showed up. And just like that, they stole the meal. See, cheetahs are the fastest land animals built for speed, but not for power. After a high-speed chase, they burn so much energy, they're too exhausted to defend their food. Now, hyenas know this. They watch from the shadows, waiting. They don't have to hunt, they just take. Now, is that fair? Absolutely not, but it's nature. Now, the cheetah has 2 options. Sit there and starve, complain about how unfair life is, or move on to the next hunt. Adapt and learn to hunt smarter, probably avoid the hyena territory. Even though it lost the battle, it still chooses to fight the war. Stealing is in the hyena's nature. Complaining won't change that for cheetah. What I'm really trying to say through this story is stop waiting for fairness. Take ownership of your choices. Focus only on what you can control and, more importantly, how you respond. Sometimes life passes you over. Let's say you weren't picked for the job that you had applied for, or you did the work but they promoted someone else. You gave your best, but still it wasn't good enough in their eyes. It's unfair, and it hurts in a way that's hard to explain, quiet but heavy. You start asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Why not me? So you see, rejection isn't always a reflection of your worth. Sometimes it's timing. Sometimes it's politics. Sometimes it's just life being life, unpredictable and unfair occasionally. You didn't get to choose this moment, but now you do have a choice. You get to choose what happens next. You can let this moment break you, or you can let it build something in you. Your power lies in your response. Whether it's heartbreak or injustice, one truth stands tall. You can't control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. You are allowed to be hurt, to be angry, to grieve, but don't stay there. Don't live there. Let pain inform you, but not define you. The cheetah moves on, and so the heart mends, and you grow. Let's move on to final thoughts. Life feels unfair sometimes, and when it does, remember, you're not what was taken from you. You're not the goodbye you didn't ask for. You're not what you lost. You are what you choose to do next. Be powerful anyway. Be loving anyway. Be relentless anyway. Now, if this is where you choose to stop watching, thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. But if you're someone who finds strength in spiritual wisdom, I would love to share a few timeless truths from the Bible and the Bhagavad Gita around the theme of our video. This truth has echoed for generations. From the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 47. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you're not entitled to the fruits of your actions. What this means is that you cannot control the result. You can only control your effort, your action, and your response. From the Bible, James verse 1-4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. What it means is struggles build strength and refine you, only if you choose to keep going. These aren't just verses. They are roadmaps for living, especially when life feels heavy, because in the end, how you respond is where your true power lives. Spread positivity, stay happy, cheers!